Poor Carissa is gonna not be happy with me.
We almost had a billy goat today.
What? Happy with the yields? Corn yields? Countdown is officially on. 2 lambing kits. I am still loving that this pen is empty. Today would be the perfect day to sort of start Vlogmas. It is time to put this up. Good morning, everyone. I am getting the trailer hooked up, and I have a tire that when I last took it to the mechanics, I said, can you check that front right tire? And I don't know if you forgot, maybe, because it keeps going soft after a few weeks. So it feels like every time I go to use this trailer, I have to fill the tire. It happens to be icy cold this morning. It's like minus two. My golden girls are loving it. They're out in the weeds right now. Lovely. We are just loading up our first batch of August lambs. We weighed them yesterday. I haven't been picking up the camera because we've been busy with this winter launch and packing up all the orders. I get in my head sometimes when I'm filming and feel like no one wants to see that stuff, and not only that, but I feel like it might anger some that didn't know about the launch, and then I get a lot of emails and comments that hurt my feelings. So I just decided maybe not to turn on the camera, and to be completely honest, we were really busy. We just came off a corn harvest and I literally launched that night. So thank you so much for everyone that got something and that are happy. I'll talk a little bit more about this maybe later in this video, hopefully I remember. But yeah, it was very successful, no matter how I feel at the moment. But we've got a few things going on today, and the first thing on the list is getting these lambs to the auction barn for the sale tomorrow. And then I think I'm going to spend the rest of the day with Mr. Brock. So we have a long journey ahead of us to deliver our US items to Burlington today. So yeah, it's going to be a day of trucking, apparently. Okay, I can't do this. Between backing up a trailer and the sun in my eyeballs and holding this camera, it's just not conducive to a straight backup job. wondered if I was going to Brussels today. I said, yeah. He's like, would you ever in for a billy goat? And I'm like, I do. Don't know how my sheep would like it. And he goes, he's kind of mean. Actually, I think that's why he's getting rid of it. And I said, well, I'd take it if we could shut the middle gate. But I said, we got too many to shut the gate. And I said, unless he's halter trained, we could tie him up with a halter loose, and then at least he wouldn't pick on the rams. He said, no, I got a guy that called me wanting a billy goat today. I'm like, what is the chances? I said, that would never happen. I said, see, you're a good guy. Good things happen to good people.
That's funny.
Yeah. So no billy goat today.
No.
Good morning. This is our last load of the winter launch shipments, orders to go out. I'm very excited. So these are our Canadian orders and international orders that I have decided to ship via Canada Post, which is always a risk because they often go on strike. Fingers crossed that they've got stuff figured out. It is open as of the last few weeks. So what I found is the few that I have shipped, Canada Post, have been a lot quicker internationally wise. I am still waiting on, I think, 10 Australian orders to land from our from the Advent calendar launch. So I've been watching them every single day and I'm sweating, but one landed today. So I'm hoping the rest will filter through Aussie Post this week. If not this week, I have a backup plan and it's crazy and my family thinks I'm borderline insane, but it's fine. However, this is probably going to take me 2 trips today and I want to get it out of the way. It's not even open yet. It's early. But I think by the time I get loaded and get there, it'll be open. And then I'll turn and burn and come back and take the rest. But yeah, Mark and I went to Burlington yesterday, got that all unloaded. The reason why we have to go to Burlington is because all the US orders go through a shipping app called Chit Chats. And it's just the only way I seem to be able to do the upfront work regarding paperwork with a broker and being CUSMA compliant and all that stuff. It is one more step in the process, whereas the rest of the world, I can just literally ship out of my front door. So a little bit of a pain, but if my American orders can get their stuff tariff-free, that is the goal. Anyway, enough chit chat. Let's get to work. It's always Tetris. Guys, the post office didn't want me yet. They were too busy. So I grabbed Mr. Brock a treat. Did you eat it already?
Oh, I love this. The scone.
The scone.
The scone.
Is it scone or scone?
Scone.
Scone. Anywho, we never really came on here and talked about how we finished corn. I just kind of like ghosted them in the last video.
Well, that's because that's how we felt.
Because we just wanted it in our rear view and not even acknowledge the fact that it took over a month to accomplish. How are you feeling now that it's done?
Tired. It's all the work that's after.
That's right. We push off a lot of work. Both Mark and me. Mark more his sort of spring prep with some tillage, right?
Yeah, we try to work down some corn stalks here just to get them to break down a little bit before spring. And the weather kind of the same reason why corn harvest is crap. It just hasn't been nice weather, so we try to do it when there's a little bit of frost in the ground, but it's now 10 o'clock in the morning and I think
Starting to get greasy.
I got a couple more passes here I'll finish, and I think that's it for a while because it's supposed to be mild in the forecast and a little bit of rain maybe, so we'll just see if we can finish up late.
Right. Happy with the yields, corn yields?
Yes, very happy. We were fortunate to have some pretty good weather near the end, midway through our growing
August,
season.
yeah.
That kind of saved our bacon. So, yeah.
But even around our area, it was hit and miss. We were talking to our friend who's actually doing some tree line trimming for us.
Mulching,
He's got a really cool excavator trimmer. And he said, is it where he lives?
Yeah, like just south of us, like 10 minutes.
10
15
minutes
like
is a completely different year.
probably a 10 to 20 bushel yield reduction.
Yeah. So, and all that is rain. So there were, what do you call it? It's the year of haves and have-nots.
Yeah.
And you called that in June, basically, or July.
When it stopped raining.
When it stopped raining. So, yeah, even Ontario had some really, really droughty spots.
Yeah, Central Ontario and some of Eastern Ontario.
Yeah. And I think some of those places now are getting a lot of rain, which is just like salt on your wounds.
Well,
but I guess it's moisture in the ground, which is good.
Yeah, it's a law of averages too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
eventually the tap
annual
turns
rainfall
on.
is annual rainfall.
Right.
We don't get to pick when we get it.
That's right. Anyway, so it's a mixed bag here in Ontario for yields. We're one of the lucky ones. We're always scared to talk about it because we've also been on the other side of that equation. So we're always just very grateful when it happens that we end up being on the better side, but we don't take it for granted because we know very well it's not every year. Anyway, I think I can go to the post office soon and get that job done today.
That's all the packages going.
That's all the packages gone. We are back in the barn, and I am happy to say we are in this barn for the next, I don't know, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, I don't even know now. This is when we lock in to lambing. They're not due for 10 days, so the countdown is officially on. I have been watching them every morning. This morning, everybody got up to eat, including my ewe that I had some pretty big suspicions about on Friday, but I treated her. She looks like she's recovered or recovering, which is great. The other ewe that had a sore foot a couple weeks ago, and I marked her and treated her, she looks really good too. And they're both getting up and they're both eating. I don't want to even say the term pregnancy toxemia, but so far so good. Most of the time by now we start to see it, most definitely by 8 days pre-lambing, but the last few lambings they've been going down early. So This is amazing. The other day I cleaned this all out. Carissa asked me yesterday morning if I would open this gate up to these ewes, and you would never know it because they like to hide in that back corner. But when it's feeding time, they bump each other and then they immediately back off the bunk. And she said, open that up so they don't do that. And I opened it up yesterday after she was done feeding, and this morning feeding looked way better. So I talked to her this morning and I'm like, I cannot believe they needed that room. And she goes, oh yeah, they always get to this point when they're full of babies and they back off. Like even just bumping another ewe, they don't like it. So they're spoiled. So now they have a ton of room. What I would like to do before any accidents start happening and we have any little babies start dropping, I would love to get this barn ready for them. I have a water gate up right there, but there's a sort of one big section right there that I can start building my lambing pens and just get them up, just get one job off the list so I'm not building them as I'm trying to get mums and babies gathered up if and when lambing starts. So I think I might just take the time today, get this barn ready for babies. There's some cleanup I'd like to do also before the snow starts blowing in and getting everything really wet. These curbs, I usually take about this time every year and just do a big spring cleaning in the winter. And while I'm at it, there is this little thing called Christmas, and I do like to Christmasify this barn. So we need to do that. All right, it was a bit of a random afternoon, as it turns out. I did set up like 23 lambing pens. They fit perfectly. It's good. I don't know if I've ever started with that many. I think I did in the last group and it worked out so well. I left a little bit of space at the back of the lambing pens because I can sneak, the ones that lamb at the very back, I can sneak through the center gate here, like further to the back, and bring them through the lambing pens on the far side, and then I'm not walking all the way to the front here, coming around, and then coming around and going that way. It's just, I'm able to attack the lambing pens from both sides, which is really nice. It's easier on the back. So that is done, ready to go. I started cleaning off the ledges. And when I was doing that, I found a whole bunch of rods that had been bent and just tossed. So I got them all fixed. And now we have like all these new rods. So I fixed this whole pile. There's probably, I don't know, 12 there or so, which they always go missing. And I think that's why they get bent. And then I just toss them to the side and I'm like, I'll deal with you later, and then I never deal with it. So I dealt with it today. So yeah, everything's good. The barn, I also fixed some feed mangers that the boards were pushed down. Just a lot of little nitty-gritty stuff that I just haven't had a chance to look at. So I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling sort of prepared, which is great. I am still loving that this pen is empty, not to curse myself. And then the last thing that came was my little pot of gold here, which is this big mama. Don't ask how much that is, it's a lot. You could probably Google it and figure it out. I got a skid 2 lambing groups ago, and it actually lasted me the whole August group because we didn't have many bottle babies. So this is the first time I bought milk replacer since the spring lambing group. So hopefully it will last because cha-ching. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. Wow, this is the first Friday we have not been in the fields in a hot minute. So the barn itself, we've got sort of ready to go for lambs. But the big thing that I have started to get ready for is to create my lambing kits. You guys have done this with me every single lambing, but I like to include it for those who are maybe just beginning their lambing journey, like it might be your first time doing it. So I'm gonna just quickly wash out my 2 containers. I use these plastic shower caddies. They're relatively inexpensive. I think it's been a long time since I got these. But this is still all from last lambing, so I'd like to give her a good cleansing. And then we'll put it together quickly, and I'll explain what I've got in them and what I use it for and stuff like that. On today's agenda, we have a fairly big service call. So my curtain guys are gonna come back. Mark and I fixed them a few weeks ago, if you remember. But we noticed just a lot of things that need some attention, some professional attention. And before we get hit with yet another big snowfall, especially off this barn because the snow just drops onto my curtains, we're gonna get those little details sorted out. So they're probably en route. So I thought I would just do this quick this morning and get out of their way. There's a few things I want to do in town, a few errands I have to run anyway, and then we'll hopefully end off back in the barn tonight because I really want to get my Christmas stuff up. I am thinking that today would be the perfect day to sort of start Vlogmas. I love doing Vlogmas in December, starting December 1st, but because we're gonna be in the heat of lambing by then, I don't know what my schedule is gonna look like for posting. So I think today we'll just start it. This is my most favorite time to vlog with you guys. It's just a nice way to close off the year, and there's so much to talk about in regards to this year and what things are gonna look like in the new year. So love to spend this time with you and just like have some closure for 2025, and then in 2026 we'll see what everything looks like and see what the vibe from you guys is after we complete 2025. Very excited, lots to be grateful for. All right, well let's get these all cleaned out, I guess. It is warm in here, I don't need that. Okay, here's our 2 kits. This one is for when the lambs are first born, and then this one is for when the lambs are about 24 hours old. 2 sort of different purposes. Let's start with this one. OB gloves, so these are the long gloves, the big long vet gloves. These are the shorter ones I put on top, just A, to just keep them on, and B, we also use these when we're dipping the lamb's navel, which is what this is for. This is iodine. Where is it here? This stuff. And I put this on as soon as possible with the lambs, and I use these little shooter cups to dip them. And Then I have lube in case mom has issues. We have a refractometer for to test colostrum if it's questionable. This has come in really handy actually. And paper towel. And then this is our resuscitator for any lambs that need a little bit of airway cleaning out. These are the 2 attachments for it. So that is this kit. And then this kit is the sort of the lamb recording kit. The only thing missing here is my Gallagher. I'd have my Gallagher and the recording gun. So we have our RFID tag, so that goes in first. And this is the applicator for that. We put it in the ear. This is actually by law we need to have these. We don't need them in a young lamb. You can put them in basically anytime the lamb leaves the farm. That's when they need to be in there, or sheep. And then from there we weigh the lamb. This is just a fish scale. I got it from Amazon. This is the carrier. Selenium. We give that to all our newborn lambs just because our soils are quite deficient in Ontario. And then our 4 colors of paint. So our single lambs, I'll paint them red, and I will number them 1 to, I don't know, 100 or however many ewes are in this group. Red is single, so I'll mark the baby a red 1, say the first one's a single, it'll be 1, and then the mum, I'll mark the same. So then, when the babies are let out of the lambing pens, I'm able to observe babies and mums together and know that they belong together. So single twins will have a green number, triplets will have a purple number, and quads will have an orange number. So quite often in the bottle pen, you'll see purple and orange lambs, and that's why we've probably pulled 1, hopefully, off the triplets, and 2, hopefully, if mum is productive, that's what we would pull off her. Hoping we don't have to use this one very much. I hope that in every lambing group. I don't love multiples. The goal of my flock is to only have to use red, green, and purple. I don't want to have to use this guy. Oh, and then the tail, this tail docking. So this is just, oh shoot, I just dumped them all. Tail elastics, and then the applicator for that. And we dock the tails. You don't have to. We just do to keep that back end clean in both lambing and just the other exit. So yeah, that is my 2 lambing kits. Forgot something very important. There's a couple other things that we add to all our lambing adventures. This one is for that beautiful thing we like to call pregnancy toxemia. It's calcium borogluconate 23%. I use this. I probably used, I don't know how many bottles in the last 5 years, but too many to count. And then the other thing, especially going into winter lambing, is this dextrose 50%. If you have a lamb that's hypothermic, when they're cold, you have to give them sugar to warm them up. So this goes directly into right into their belly. It's an internaval injection, and you guys have seen me do that lots of times. But this is a miracle cure right here for baby lambs that you think have seen the light. We can bring them back from that light. So this stuff is a must for your winter lambing kit. Our day took a bit of a detour, and
Your day did.
Jess has been power washing all day in this cold, but Mark wanted us to put all the equipment away, so we often put
Just gonna wait because I want to pass.
a lot of stuff at one of our sheds that we rent off of Mark's dad. So it's a bit of a hike, but we put everything away now for the winter. It's all tucked in nice. How many wagons do we have left? 4 at home? I thought he wanted to bring one more. Or that was the one.
That was the one.
Okay, so the rest stay home?
There was 1 set of runs and then a set of underhurst.
Anyway, most of it's tucked away. He's got to power wash the combine, but that takes like a day. So
Yeah.
he's going to do that, eh? You're not doing that.
I can't.
For him.
Like my arms.
He's
would die.
He's fussy.
I'm just too sore.
Oh, I just need to warm up. But I think my guy is there fixing my curtains right now, so I just wanted to stay out of his way unless he needs me.
Yes, ma'am. It's almost happy hour.
on a Friday. Guys, my curtains are fixed. They look really good. He did an amazing job, and he was solo, so yeah, I don't know how they do it, but he made quick work, and everything is like calibrated, and the cables look good. Everything's straight. The curtains, when there's snow on it year after year, they don't close all the way, so that was part of it. So I think he's got everything good. The one thing I did this morning, I get on these tangents of cleaning once in a while, but my ledges were just covered. So I scraped off all as far as I could down to the gates there, and then but I had nowhere to put it, so I put it on the aisle floor, and then I had to scrape it all, but it's so gummy that it's stained the floor. So poor Carissa is gonna not be happy with me because she keeps these floors so clean, and then this is me. Anyway, it is time to put this up. The Sheepishly Me Christmas tree. This is the OG. I just keep using it because it's our barn tree, and I'm nostalgic for it. So I want to do that tonight because it's almost dusk, and I'll be able to plug it in, and we'll be able to see it all sort of done. I think I had a few sections on the walls with some lights sort of out, but we're gonna leave those the way they are because it's good enough. The sheep appreciate what's there. Okay, the Christmas tree is up. Ruby is my angel. I have a bunch of decorations that you guys sent me, so I'm gonna work at that this weekend, putting the rest up on the tree. But I thought I would just get that done. What a sight. This puts me in the Christmas spirit. Wow, I love her. All right, let's see if these lights work on the walls, shall we? They work. We'll see if this side works. I think it might be dark enough for you guys to see my lights. My lights, except for that spot. Beautiful. Oh, all is right with the world.